Now today, of course, is the 31st of October, which was the date that Brexit was supposed to happen. Do or die, said Boris Johnson, and yet the UK is still part of the EU. Now the Prime Minister is blaming Remainers in Parliament for the delay and says if he's elected with a majority, Brexit will be done by Christmas. Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn, meanwhile, wants to negotiate a different deal and hold a second referendum within 6 months if he gets the keys to number 10. The Lib Dems, they want to revoke Article 50 altogether. So what do people here make of it all? In Gravesend, more than 65% of the referendum vote was to leave. Meanwhile, in Brighton, almost 70% voted to stay. Across Kent, the vote was split 59-41. In Sussex, it was right on a knife edge, 50.2 to 49.8. So has the delay changed how people feel about Brexit? Our reporter Amanda Akass has been out and about asking them.
The country's divisions reflected across the southeast. Brighton, a Remainer city with pro-EU MPs, and Gravesend in one of the UK's most strongly Leave voting constituencies. But today isn't the big Brexit moment many either longed for or feared. We asked voters in Brighton how they feel about it.
I think we should put our foot down. We've said we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Stop mucking around with it.
I'm quite happy about it today, yeah, I'm very much pro-Remain.
I think it's unbelievable. I think it's completely undemocratic.
I voted in, so probably I'll be in again, but you know, it's too much mess that I have created.
Honestly, I think it's getting a bit boring now. We need to leave, and it's just going on and on.
Experts say it's hard to predict what impact the Brexit delay will have on the general election.
We simply don't know precisely how people are going to vote. More people that used to vote for the Labour Party are voting for other parties than ever before. More people that voted for the Conservative Party are voting for other parties. All kinds of different political parties might well benefit from this volatility of the electorate. We simply don't know how people are going to vote, and that is quite unprecedented.
50 miles away here in Gravesend, on the banks of the Thames estuary, it's a very different story. Nearly 2/3 of people voted Leave back in 2016, and there's deep frustration that after 3.5 years, all that division and debate, we are not, after all, actually leaving the EU today.
We want to leave, we vote to leave, so they're taking no notice of the general public, are they? They're not taking no notice of the voters.
Try not to swear. Really disappointed that we haven't left. It's been 3.5 years now, I think. Good.
You think it's good? And what would you like to happen now?
Referendum, another referendum.
We've got an election coming up and I'm not quite sure whether that will actually solve the problem.
And local businesses like this Italian restaurant say it's the uncertainty they're most concerned about.
A lot of business starts suffering in town as well, and basically people not going out anymore, spending money because they are a bit scared about it. And the only luck, we had to buy lots amount of stuff from Italy as an emergency because we don't know what's going to happen. So whatever happens, it's better to happen sooner.
If the Conservatives do manage to get a good enough majority that they're able to get the Brexit deal through, then we have to remember that we're still going to have years and years of negotiations with the European Union, and there's nothing to say that that's going to go any faster than this primary part of the negotiations have.
Whatever happens on December the 12th, the saga of Brexit is far, far from over.
Amanda is in Gravesend for us now. Amanda, well, as you say, the saga of Brexit is far, far from over.
Yes, indeed. And as with everything in this entire political process, anything collected with Brexit, the fairest thing really is to say to expect the unexpected. Now, we know, of course, that the whole of the southeast is largely a wash of blue. But as we heard there, the pro-Leave vote is likely to be split somewhat by the issue of Brexit, whether or not traditional Conservative voters who vote Leave have their faith in Boris Johnson to be the best person to deliver a Brexit deal, or whether in fact they might rather try and throw in their lot with the Brexit Party, who are likely to mount a very strong challenge here, although of course their candidates will be less well known than the incumbents. Labour, we've heard they're trying to mount a campaign on very different issues, focusing perhaps on the NHS, and the Remain campaign, the Remain votes are also likely to be split. So it's very early days in the campaign. It's all to play for.
OK, Amanda, thank you.